Okay, with their Selena shirts on, and even a few donned a hat or two. The restaurant doing real brisk business during the lunch hour, as they also answered questions from customers about things like where Selena usually sat when she came here to eat, a place we're told her family still comes in often to grab a bite. The manager here saying media from across the country had already come in to speak with people about Selena on this day. That manager also told us that he clearly remembers what he was doing and where he was the day Selena died.
I'm a retired Border Patrol agent. I was in the Border Patrol in El Paso, Texas when I heard the news. And I wanted to drive all the way here to Corpus. You know, just the memory of her that happened.
A lot of our customers come because they want to come and see a place where one of her favorite restaurants to eat at, and her father does come here very often. So a lot of people like to come see the pictures, and they're very devoted fans. And I think it doesn't matter how long she's gone, she'll always be remembered.
Thank you for celebrating the life. Now over at Magic 104.9, Carlos Lopez was behind the mic during the Selena Forever Marathon, an event that is playing throughout the Lopez Tejano network in places like Houston, San Antonio, and the Valley. Lopez says his station promoted Selena here in town, and he did everything he could to help the rising star. And coming up at 6, I'll have more on what Carlos Lopez had to say about Selena and her legacy. We'll also hear from Joe Gazin, who was on the anchor desk 30 years ago with coverage of the murder. Also, another former Channel 3 employee who was there that day, who also happened to go to school with the legend of Tejano. Leslie, Mike?
All right, Michael, thanks for that report. And let's go ahead and give you a live look now from the Selena Memorial downtown, just off of Shoreline, where the statue of Selena has welcomed hundreds of fans in anticipation of today's 30th anniversary.
Over the course of today, we had seen flowers along with some notes from fans, some fan drawings left behind, also in memory of the Tejano superstar. Was just 23 years old when she was killed. Her statue, as you see here, an iconic fixture in downtown Corpus Christi that has been visited by fans far and wide. And this, of course, a life and a bright light that was lost too soon, as we here at TV3 remember and honor the life and legacy of the Queen of Tejano. Our partners across Texas are looking back at her journey to superstardom. We have several specials available for streaming right now on 3 News Plus. Just download it from your smart TV's app store. Search KIII on your Roku, Fire Stick, or Apple TV. It is free to use and free to stream. And I'm Leslie Adamy. We begin tonight reflecting on this day 30 years ago in Corpus Christi, a day that a bright light was taken too soon, the death of Selena Quintanilla Perez.
Now, the news quickly sent shockwaves around the world, with much of the coverage on that day beginning right here on 3 News.
And today, fans from all over the world remembering the young star. With more, let's go to Michael Gibson on how hometown fans look back on this day. Michael?
The murder of Selena and a standoff with her killer that followed were shocking events that folks here had never experienced before. Things like that did not happen in Corpus Christi. 3 News covered the entire drama with wall-to-wall coverage. It was a story which was not only devastating to Selena's family, friends, and fans, but for those who worked here at the time as well. From Joe Gazin on the anchor desk to a young producer sent to the crime scene who had also gone to school with Selena. It was the toughest news day of their lives. This was the scene outside the Days Inn 30 years ago today. Yolanda Salvador was inside her car threatening to kill herself. That after murdering Selena. Joe Gazin was on the anchor desk as 3 News went live on this story from beginning to the end.
It was an opportunity for us to show that in Corpus Christi, we could get it right. We could get the facts right. We could get it out to those who were dependent on it. And keep in mind, the networks were all taking our feed, and it was a heady experience for everyone.
Kimberly Townsend was the producer here at Channel 3 at the time, and the story was definitely personal for her. She went to junior high school with Selena and lived just down the street. On the day of the murder, she says she was first sent to the Days Inn, then to the hospital, where doctors had worked frantically to try and save Selena's life.
And I went in there, and the family was just devastated. And then I actually started crying because I knew that my friend had passed away, or something awful had happened to her.
The hometown of Selena, 30 hours. We started at 6 p.m., bringing it to the entire world.
Carlos Lopez is the owner of Magic 104.9 Radio. He says he started up the Tejano station way back in 1989 as the music and Selena were both on the rise. He says he helped to promote her here locally and knew she was eventually destined for great things.
I
want people to understand that we had greatness here in our community, and we still do. And something the most highest thing that you can obtain is the love of the public, and she was able to obtain that.
Mr. Lopez, through his Tejano network of stations in Houston, San Antonio, and the Valley, are part of the 30-hour Selena Marathon that started yesterday at 6 p.m. and is going to run until midnight tonight. It's his salute to the Tejano legend and, of course, his friend. Leslie, Mike.
All right, Michael, thank you for that report. And dozens gathering at her gravesite today to pay their respects. Selena's plot at Seaside turned into a memorial for people to stop by and honor her memory. The anniversary of her death coming on the heels of Yolanda Saldivar being denied parole just days ago. And as Saldivar remains in prison, the wounds felt by the community still healing 3 decades later.
Justice was served the other day, being that her killer didn't make parole. It doesn't bring Selena back to us, though. We would love to have her here, and we don't.
That woman saying that she was grateful to be joined by so many today, keeping Selena's legacy alive through love and continued support. And let's go ahead and take a live look tonight from the Selena Memorial downtown off of Shoreline. The statue of Selena has welcomed throughout the day hundreds of fans for this anniversary remembrance.
Yeah, there were crowds there earlier this morning. Now, throughout the day today, flowers along with some notes from fans and even fan drawings were left behind in memory of the Tejano superstar who was just 23 years old when she was killed. Her statue, an iconic fixture in downtown Corpus Christi, visited today by fans far and wide. And as we here at TV3 remember and honor the life and legacy of the Queen of Tejano, our partners across Texas are looking back at her journey to superstardom as well. And we have several specials available right now for streaming on the 3 News Plus app. Just download it from your smart TV's app store. Search KIII on your Roku, Fire Stick, or Apple TV. It is free to use and to stream. And tonight, a wound left in our community reopened as we remember this day 30 years ago in Corpus Christi, that a bright light was gone too soon. The death of Selena Quintanilla Perez.
Fans of the much-loved music icon honoring her on this day here at home and across the nation. For many, the tragedy feels like it was just yesterday when the news quickly sent shockwaves around the world. Much of the coverage on that day beginning right here on 3 News.
She was a tremendous source of pride in this community, and I think that's why it was so impactful. We had never had this kind of attention in Corpus Christi before. It was something I'll never forget.
It doesn't get easier because I remember it. Every time it hits the news, every time it hits social media, I remember it.
Selena's impact felt, of course, in the radio industry as well. We spoke with the owner of the Tejano station Magic 104.9 Radio, who says he helped to promote her here locally and knew immediately that she was destined for great things.
We believed in her dream and wanted to promote her as much as we possibly could, and that's why we're paying tribute to her today. She deserves this and so much more. Her fans come from all over the world to the museum, they come to the statue, they come to her resting place. This is ground zero right here for her. This is her hometown.
Lopez, through his Tejano network of stations in Houston, San Antonio, and the Valley, are part of the 30-hour Selena Marathon that started yesterday at 6 p.m. That's still going on right now until midnight. He says that it's his salute to the Tejano legend and to his friend.
Let's go ahead and give you a live look downtown tonight from Selena's Mirador de Flor, where many people made their way out throughout the day in order to pay their respects, take pictures, and reflect beside the permanent statue of Selena along our Corpus Christi bayfront. And as you take again a look here live, you see that there are folks there tonight, some even performing. The memorial welcomed hundreds for this anniversary remembrance. Flowers and notes from fans were left behind in memory of the music superstar. Selena's plot over at Seaside also turning into a memorial for the community, as many chose to stop by her graveside and to honor her memory there. Both sites a place to keep Selena's legacy alive through love and continued support by her forever fans.
I'm here to celebrate Selena's life and join the many fans that come around, and just to celebrate who she was and that she's still very present in our life. You know, it's amazing to see little kids singing her songs and, you know, dancing and watching the movie, so you can see how we are sharing with the next generations, so her memory is going to be alive.
I love that her memory is being kept alive. I have spoken to my children, my two children, through the years about Selena, and so it's nice to see other people doing that. Selena may be gone, but she will never be forgotten. Her memory will live on.
And you may or may not know that Hi-Ho was one of the young music icon's favorite local spots. Staff there showing up to work with Selena shirts and answering customers' questions like, where would Selena sit? Or what did she like to order? They say talking about her memories like that are what help keep Selena's legacy alive and let the younger generation know just how down to earth she was and who she was.
Selena's memory will live on forever, and we're going to keep the tradition, keep her alive, and keep her memory vivid and special for anyone that all that come here to Corpus Christi to the Hi-Ho restaurant.
A lot of our customers come because they want to come and see a place where one of her favorite restaurants to eat at, and her father does come here very often. So a lot of people like to come see the pictures, and they're very devoted fans. And I think it doesn't matter how long she's gone, she'll always be remembered.
And as we here at TV3 remember and honor the life and legacy of the Queen of Tejano, some of our partners across Texas are looking back at her journey to superstardom. We have several specials available for streaming right now on 3 News Plus. All you have to do is download that app from your smart TV's app store. Search KIII on your Roku, Fire Stick, or Apple TV. It is free to use and to stream.